Hey guys, I have something to inform you about regarding Utawarerumono Itsuwari no Kamen, and that is that this is actually a season 2 and not a side story as I first thought because of Crunchyroll listing it as that. And in episode 2, after looking it up, I saw that it was changed to sequel, and then I did some research and found out that it was actually a sequel, which now makes sense why they did a reference to the main character of the first season in the first episode by Hakuman's name or Haku's name, yeah. And now you may ask, is I gonna drop this? Do you need to watch the first season? So far, you do not need to watch the first season. You may miss out on that reference, as I said in the first episode. And no, I'm not gonna drop this. I've actually ordered the first season and it should be here tomorrow. And if I'm really lucky, now I have some stuff to catch up to, but if I'm really lucky, I will actually be getting this. I will actually be able to catch up to the first season, maybe even do some review on the episodes before this anime ends because it has 25 episodes. So yeah, there should be a good chance, unless I of course get really, really, really behind because of some things that happens. But let's now talk about this week's episode of Utawarerumono's second season. And first of all, I was trolled. I was trolled in this because we start this episode with a bird, a giant dove, or as I later found out, a horon bird talking to a main character asking for unku. But it turns out that this bird is actually not the one talking. It's the girl Ruruti, the princess of the Kuchiru kingdom. I'm pretty sure it's kingdom. I'm pretty sure it's not tribes or anything. So yeah, and she is there to what's it called? Get escorted to the kingdom of the Yamato. And a little fun fact: the Yamatos, I think it's a legend, was a kingdom that had a queen called Himiko, which, according to legend, could control the weather. But let's get back to this episode. Of course, Unku he agrees to that, and he takes our main character and Kyun with us because, as he says, there will never be a dull moment. And yeah, let's just say that our main character he actually managed to get a really weird harem because he managed to charm this bird, this Huron bird who is called Kokopo. So he has a giant dove, a dog girl, from what I can see, that is Ruruti, Kyun, the cat girl, and Mamoru, he tries to get into his harem, the schooler from the previous episode that I don't like, from what I can see. Maybe even Unkun. So yeah. However, that's beside the point, because there is actually some really funny things in this, because, as I was saying, this dove he managed to charm, it doesn't like Momorun, just like me. So every time Momorun tries to get close to our main character Haku, it basically sends the school of flying. So yeah, that is really, really. This bird is actually the star of this episode, I must say, because not only does it carry the water to so Kyun and Ruruti can take a bath in some giant cans. I cannot recall the names. Oil cans, or yeah, you know what I'm talking about. It's also funny because Kyun, she tells Haku that he will regret it if he peeks. And let's just for a moment remember that she peeked on Haku in the first episode, so that's funny. However, it's also funny because there's this girl who peeks on them called Misori, who, yeah, she gets away, and because let's say June, she hunts her a little, like she runs after her cat, throws a water basket after her, and misses. And then when Haku walks in and she asks him, "Did you see anything?" And then he says, "I still see it." And it takes a moment for her to dawn that she's actually naked, and it's her that he refers to. So when she realizes that, she gets a little bit embarrassed and discreetly walks back to the oil can. So yeah, that's funny. But why was Misery there? She was there because she was scouting to see how many there was, because he had entered into an alliance with the Mizuna chiefs clan, or yeah, clan, and they together planned to steal the cargo of the, what is it called? What you call it? The cargo that was meant as a gift to the empire, and they succeed. But we get shown how bad the Mizuna actually is, because if it wasn't because Misura, yeah, now I call her Misery, yeah, Missouri, let's just call it that. She was there. Then they could have ended with June or Rurity, or both of them getting raped by those dudes, because they talked about taking turns. However, Missouri, she remember keeps reminding them that she promised only to take the cargo, and they does. Their leader, he isn't happy about this, but he agrees. He agrees to like not do them anything. So he leaves them, takes the cargo to their hidden base, and we get even to see how bad they are. They are actually talking about now. Thanks to this base, they could actually plunder villages, rape women, etc., children, stuff. It's so bad that Missouri, she actually breaks up the alliance. But this here, I'm not sure if Missouri, she was working with Unkun, because it turns out that Unkun, he had a plan, and inside the cargo he actually hid some of his men so they could, fight the bandits, in their camp. And he managed to. I'm not sure if he arrives there, Unkun, because we doesn't see that. But yeah, let's just say that it goes so much south that that Mizuna, the leader, he decides to basically abandon his men through a secret entrance. However, the issue is that he arrives at where the secret entrance is where Kyun, Haku, Rurochi, Mamoru, and Kokopo is. So when let's just say it like this, he does some mistakes. First of all, he takes Rurochi and Kyun hostage. That is just a small mistake. However, his biggest mistake was that he spit on Haku, which angered Kokopo, because it likes Haku. So, yeah, you most likely, if you have seen the thumbnail, knows what was going down. Let's just say that that dude, Mizuna, he was getting his ass handed to him. He was basically getting kicked in the ass by this Hohorun bird, man. Oh man, I love that bird. And then the character showed up, and at first I was like, is that Hakuman? However, it turns out to be a guy called Utsutoro, who are a commander of the army, and I wonder, is we gonna see Hakuman? Is we gonna see that? Because now keep in mind I've not seen the first season, so I'm not sure if he's in hiding or something. So yeah, is we gonna see that? And the episode pretty much ends there. Or, well, it ends with our main character's group arriving at the capital, or just the entrance at the capital, and Rorochi kind of asks him out on a date. So yeah, it's pretty good episode actually. I would say it is really good, and the star of it, as I said, is Kokopo. I love Kokopo. Ah man, I love this series. I'm so looking forward to seeing the next episode, and I really hope that the first season is as good. But until next time, guys, see you and have a good day, good night, wherever you are. Cheers.